Hi, I'm Kenny Zook, the head preacher for the Church of Lob. This will be the first installment on hashtag Autobiography, or this may be too long for a hashtag. Hashtag I'm not famous and you'll never believe half of this, so let's just call it fiction. Today's story, my experiences on the Orient Express. To tell you the truth, I didn't even know that the Orient Express was an actual thing until I bought my ticket. I just knew that I had to get from Istanbul to Venice. I didn't get the same mileage as Agatha Christie, but then Agatha Christie was not a comedy writer, and things that happen to me usually end up funny somehow, often against my will. The Orient Express leaves Istanbul, Turkey, and heads straight towards and into Bulgaria, where a head shake means yes, and a nod means no, and I did too need a visa just to pass through on the train, though I'm sure my boss said otherwise. This was before the Iron Curtain came down, so the few minutes that I spent standing in a wooden barracks in Bulgaria while they decided whether or not they needed a firing squad seemed like hours. Well, they decided against killing me and put me back on the train. At one stop, a large man asked me to smuggle several pairs of blue jeans into Yugoslavia for him. So now I'm an illegal alien and a mule for the black market. But I like being helpful. When we got to Yugoslavia, the conductor stole my cigarette lighter, a nice piezoelectric one that I had just bought. I didn't feel very comfortable with the idea of chasing the conductor screaming down the hallways of the train when I was already a couple hours on the other side of the Iron Curtain. The customs officials who boarded the train only looked at one of my bags, not the one with the illicit jeans. No, they looked at the one with the snacks and, vitamins. It took 10 minutes just to figure out that one of them spoke a little Italian, and then to struggle through enough of my bad Italian to explain what they were. Of course, I had long hair and a beard that came closer to ZZ Top than what I wear now, so they continued to dig. They were sure they'd found a gold mine. They snapped a candy bar in half and sniffed at it. They started picking at the seals on factory-sealed containers. In fact, they showed particular interest in a tube-shaped container of cheese puffs. So I snatched it out of their hands, opened it, ate a few, and offered it back to them. They took it and shook it around to juggle the contents so that they could look as deeply into the can as possible. By this time, I can't tell you how happy I was that I had smuggled the blue jeans. They deserved it. I don't really know how long it took to get to Ljubljana, Yugoslavia, but I do know that on the way I slept in a 6-person compartment with 7 other people, and a goat, and a leaky box of cognac or transmission fluid. I'm still not sure, I just know it was dripping on me. By the time we crossed the border into Austria, I wanted to get out and kiss the ground, but I was pretty sure they were not going to wait for me. Then it struck me as odd that we were in Austria and not Italy, since I was headed to Venice. Then the conductor came through and explained, as best he could without English, that I was supposed to change trains in Ljubljana. He actually did a great job of getting across to me that he wanted me to get off at the next stop and go back to Ljubljana so that I could get on the right train. By comparison, I did a terrible job of following directions. I was not, and am not to this day, going back to Yugoslavia. Ever. No offense meant. My experience was not the best. I decided I'd just stay on the train till the next town of consequence, where there would be another ticket taker, and that one might not be so forgiving. so I got off in Innsbruck, spent the day, and called my friends to tell them I'd be a day late getting to Venice. God's best and brightest blessings to you and yours.